Okay, the next part of our Ohio trip is we're going to go see Tim Arfons and Dusty Arfons. So I don't know if they still have these or not. We're going to find out. So she had this tractor and a couple other ones, and Tim had this and many other vehicles. So we're going to go see them and hear some history about their dad. And let's see, we've got about 3.5 hours to go, so let's go see the Arfons family. So before we get started on this 4-part series with Arfons, I just want to explain who they are, because in this one we went right into the shop tour with them, and it's a little different than what we usually do. We usually sit down, do an interview, and then see the shop tour, but this time we just went right into the shop and did the interviews later. So I'm going to let this one roll the way we filmed it. This is Art Arfons. He was known for land speed racing, drag racing, and tractor pulling, and always worked with turbines pretty much, and Allison aircraft engines. And he had his 2 kids with him, Tim and Dusty Arfons here, and they fell in their father's footsteps and went along with him, and we're going to hear their whole story, and this is pretty amazing stuff. Enjoy this 4-part series with the Arfons family. You guys are going to come?
Yeah,
oh.
Tim and I are both going.
Awesome.
Of course, he said maybe.
None of their problem. You want to start here?
Yeah.
With this stuff?
Explain your stuff.
Oh. This is actually the wheel bearing from when he crashed at Bonneville at 600 mile an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can see where the rollers have just became one piece with the spindle.
Yeah. It's all welded together.
Yeah. It welded. That was at 600 mile an hour, and it just tore the front wheel right off.
I can't believe you still have that.
Oh yeah. That's the goggles he was wearing. They still got salt on them.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
There's the car, unfortunately, he had the car destroyed, so there was no way to save anything else, but that's all we got left. That's actually one of the parachute release mechanisms. And if you look over there, all the way to the right, that was the primary chute to eject it. It's a sawed-off shotgun.
It looks like
that's how they did it? Shotgun, yeah, and it had a dummy shell in it and a steel pin, and that would go to pull the parachutes out. There's a lot of turbulence behind the car.
Yeah.
You got to parachute
get
out.
It way out there.
Yeah. And they wanted $10,000 for a NASA-type device, and he made it out of a $3 shotgun.
That's awesome. And I don't think anybody's ever heard these stories, have they?
Oh, there's stories around, yeah.
But now we're seeing the actual things.
The real stuff. That's actually...
This is in the museum.
This is the helmet he wore, setting the first 2 records. And if you look at the picture, that's always the helmet he's got in most pictures.
That's so cool you guys still have this stuff.
He threw that in the trash.
Really?
I got it out and had it, and there was like 3 different paint jobs, so I had it all redone.
It's a good thing you did, right?
Yeah. And most helmets only had snaps. Back in the day, this is one of the first helmets. If you look, he made his own.
The clasp or the double ring.
Yep. And that's parachute cable that he used.
So even his helmets he made stuff.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Customized them. And we were the first ones to have arm restraints too. I remember that in our cars.
Oh, really?
Back in the early 70s.
So their dad is famous for land speed records, building 30 tractors probably?
No. There was 27 Green Monsters total.
27?
Yeah, there's only 4 or 5 tractors.
4 or 5 tractors. Okay, but he named them all Green Monster, and this is one of his cars.
Yep.
This is still in a museum in California, I think.
It moved to Nebraska.
Okay, because I just saw there's a short
Yep.
video on it. The
Yep.
guy
Yeah, I
has.
just went to Nebraska.
I did that.
Man,
when I was
you're
busting.
busting all kinds of stuff
I
up.
know.
There we go.
I didn't know.
And this
it
is
was-
still in Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dave
as far as
Schneider?
I know.
Dave
Dave
Schneider.
Schneider has
Yep.
it?
That was the Anteater. That was his last Allison-powered car. That was my car. That actually became the USS Enterprise, the driveline out of that.
And you still have the...
No, that car got, the car got cut in half and became a mini puller for someone around here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, the one that came out 10 years ago was built from scratch. That's kamikaze.
How did you get this made?
A guy in Europe made it. He traded it for my helmet.
Really?
It got,
That's really good.
oh, he did a wonderful job on it. I got to take it, it's, some parts that fell off it, I got to fix it.
And what's with these two cars? There's got to be some meaning there.
Well, Jim Clark was my hero growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that was, Johnny Lightning sponsored my dad for a while. And that was one of the Johnny Lightning cars that was in competition with Hot Wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And they were jet powered. You'd fill this up with a little compressor and this pen came down. And when it went down the track and it flipped that, then the thing would shoot forward faster. So it was Johnny Lightning jet powered.
Wow.
Here's another one,
I
another
have a
version of
couple
it.
of those at home. Too.
There was a little compressor that came with them and everything.
Is there
I
anything
play
you
with
don't
it in
want
the
me to film?
sandbox.
No.
They're beat
Okay.
up, and my kids have played with them.
I don't tell anybody where you're at or anything like that, so, you know.
Those are my helmets.
This,
Hot wood tree.
what is this?
That's a connecting rod out of a radial engine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was at an auction and this guy I knew in California wanted about 4 or 5 engines at his auction. And I barely knew the guy and he called me up. And he goes, hey, I need you to bid on this stuff. I go, with my money? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'll take care of you, don't worry about it. So I had to bid $40,000 on what he wanted. So it all worked. He gave me my money and then he gave me a gift pack. I got Dad it was out of a Pratt & Whitney. My dad got some hats and stuff and he sent me this little rod as a memento.
Did you ever try radials?
No.
No?
No. Actually, number 2, my dad's first dragster, second. The first one was a disaster. The second one was called number 2 that set the records. It actually started with a radial before it had the Allison.
Really?
We should have pictures of that somewhere.
Yeah, I hope we can go through some pictures too. This is so cool. Write books about Dad.
Yep. The word I got from NASCAR.
What'd you do for that?
I used to do all the jet dryers for him.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, when I
You
quit-
would know, right?
I did that for about 10 years. I just quit that about a year ago, 2 years.
Were you on the one when Pablo?
No, but I knew that guy real. I had just talked to him an hour before. He was on the track and I called him up. I said, hey, Dwayne, what's going on? It's kind of boring race, ain't it? And I mean, it was just an hour later, there he is.
Oh,
and he died a year after that, but nothing.
He did?
Yeah, nothing to do with the accident.
Huh.
Till this 53 straight years have been this.
Like you said, we've seen fire, we've seen rain. We've seen all in one weekend down here. It's
And too much of either.
been crazy.
It was off-road diesel fuel for the truck and then jet fuel for the dryer down there in turn number 3.
That was our driver, Garth Hardacre. He got killed in the jet vet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you have a driver just in case you guys were out of town, or
No.
cars going? Or?
Well, this was when I was young. I wasn't old enough to drive that.
okay.
He was Dad's right-hand man. He was like a son to my dad.
Really? This is Breedlove's, isn't it?
Yeah, I got all the cars. There's Breedlove's. Noble's 2 cars, and then our 3
Remember
cars.
this thing.
And these here, the wings fell off that, but this is the car in 64. This is the car in 65. You can notice they changed the inlet a little bit. And this is the car in 66 when he went to dual rear wheels.
How did you get these made?
Firestone did all that. Oh, even the toys? They're sold on eBay. I buy them off eBay. There's been a couple of different companies make models.
Wow.
My kids and I made the smart car.
I like that. Get the flame out the back.
Yeah,
and
we had a
everything.
jet powered smart car for a short period
You really?
of time. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what didn't you have that was jet power?
That was the neatest thing. Does Mike still have it?
No, he sold that to another guy.
This one I just saw a guy has.
Oh, that's the guy that's...
Dave Archer.
Yeah, Dave Archer has that car.
Yeah, Archer Pioneer tractor.
Yeah. That car sat out in the field over by Milt Bergman for years.
How is he? He's right around here, isn't he? Or is he?
Archer's in
Indiana?
Marietta.
So,
Ohio.
120 miles.
I'm surprised you guys don't want that.
I do.
Oh, you do?
I told him I got a nice place to store it if he wants to keep it out of out of his garage.
I love this. This is awesome. What would he do? Tie a string to it when he needed it?
Cable.
Wow. Oh man. And then, of course,
It's the only thing I'll never sell. I love that thing.
So what's the engine out of?
It's a JFS 100. It was actually it was a starter for a bigger engine. That's what most of the
starter.
T64 start Walsh. That's what starts Walsh's tractor.
Okay. Is that what your dad used to?
No, he never. We couldn't.
He had a motorcycle engine, didn't he?
For a Kawasaki
Like
for
a-
a while.
yeah.
Kyle, then we
1,000
went to a solar turbine.
CC.
Yeah. No, those are the coolest engines.
You got the King.
They're very loud.
That thing was dangerous.
Everything you guys built was dangerous, wasn't
His
it?
first trip, he went, Pickle Road's proving grounds for everything. He went over the bridge and he was up on 2 wheels. Like, oh my God.
Oh man. Did you get to go to a lot of the races and use them too?
I did Formula One. We did IndyCar. We did
really?
NASCAR. Yeah, I did the first F1 race at Texas.
So you've been all over the world with these things then.
Yeah, we went to Mexico City 4 years in a row in NASCAR with 3 of them.
Really?
This is your world's fastest picture.
Wow, when was that taken?
Would have been around 89, 90, no, 99, when they were
Yeah.
right before this guy here went supersonic. Andy Green,
What's the record now?
763, Mach 1.01.
That's the record?
Mm-hmm.
And your
Yeah,
dad
these
was
are the 4 guys. These are the last 4
576?
records.
No. 4 or 5.
4 out of 5.
Gavlich.
I know, yeah. I'm sorry?
Did you ever do land speed?
No.
No. That was one of my
You went with
questions.
Dad.
He got mad at me. He wanted me to do it. I don't know. I had no desire.
Well, didn't he get out of it because it was just like he had 2 crashes, right?
Well, he
And then-
went in this car
Yeah.
and crashed once.
Once, and then the car was not right.
But then the record got out of reach.
Right, and it wouldn't have worked anyways. We got a picture of it. We thought it would lift it the first time, so we cut the intake back thinking that was it. Well, he went almost 400 on one run, and the front fins were at full deflection, which meant the front was all the way up.
It's still going up.
Yeah. And if it would have went any faster, it would have went over again.
Man.
Because the fins were tied into the front suspension. So if the car came up,
It went down?
Mhm. That's the same way the other car was.
Yeah. I'm sure he learned that through trial and error too, right?
Yeah.
Like, we need to fix this, and it's always fixing something, isn't it? Is this in the record book?
Oh, yeah.
Is it what, fastest bar stool?
Yeah, I ran that. I got paid more to run this on a drag strip than the dragster.
Is it still working? Everything?
Hasn't run in years. It's,
It'll be right.
nothing's, it's the way the last time I shut it off.
And with these turbines, you can leave them set for years. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
just-
Yep, I'm sure if I put a new battery in it, it'll fire right off. But I guess I'm too old to recover.
Oh, wow. No way.
This is going to eventually be a museum, but I'm still working on some engines.
This is awesome.
That's his first car from 1961.
The first one.
First jet car.
The engine is massive.
It's the same engine that's in Mozart's truck. The Jet Kenworth. Yeah, he only ran it. He had a smaller engine in it, and then we had a driver. But anyways, he'd lock up the brakes every time he put the chutes out, and he couldn't steer. He hit a telephone pole, hit this axle here, fought the engine. We didn't have another J47, so we put a 79 in it. He finished the season, but he thought he was having heart issues. And what it was, that engine sucked so much air. When he was going to full power, there was no air left for him.
Sucked the air out of it.
So the time he got to the end of the track, he wasn't breathing. Then he built the car the next year where he sat beside it.
I've seen that.
That was Super Cyclops, so similar to that one. There were 3 Super Cyclopses.
And you wouldn't think about that when you're first doing
No,
that,
you
right?
didn't.
Like,
Not even.
what year was this?
Built in 61, ran until 69. And in the meantime, it became a boat at one time. Tried to set the boat record. And also, at Bonneville, it still holds open cockpit record. He ran an average of 360, but he was running out of fuel halfway through. So he was running 400 mile an hour at some point with an open cockpit. And also, Betty Skelton drove it to a 276 average for a women's record.
Have you ever? What's the fastest thing you've driven? Like, what kind of speed?
The dragster, the first time, not the second time. First time, 207, 208.
And that's just a dragster. You stopped.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Have
And
you
I
done
went for
any-
a ride in Super Cyclops at 260 with my dad.
You did.
When I was 14.
Wow. Well, on the salt flats, do you get the sense of speed since there isn't stuff
I
around
never,
you?
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
When you're going fast, you're going fast.
And you're low to the ground
Yeah.
too, so that's even more like crazy, right?
Those are the mile markers. You'd see those go by, so you'd have an idea when you just see those things flash.
It's so cool you have this stuff. Well, was your dad? How did he learn like how all this works? Was he in the Air Force or something,
Nope. Hands-on, tear stuff apart, figure it
or
out.
all this?
Yep.
Like how?
Get it. There's manuals you can get. And he had a pretty good friend down in Dayton area that knew these engines and helped him a lot. Charlie Mayenshine. He would have been his next best guy next to Ed Snyder.
He had no training on this stuff.
Well, he had diesel mechanic school in
Right.
the Navy, and that was it.
Do you think the Navy sort of helped out with that?
Oh God, military never helped. As a matter of fact, his first J79, they had a colonel come trying to take it back to the Air Force because it was a classified engine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because the one story I heard was your dad would go buy military
Yeah, he bought it at
stuff
scrap. It was
at
scrap
scrapyard
from
right?
Miami. He told a scrap guy in Miami what he was looking for, and I still got the letter and stuff.
Yeah.
The guy sent him a letter. Yeah, we got 2 of them. You can buy them for $600, and they were damaged heavily.
Because they were $1 million new, I heard, right?
At least, yeah.
And he bought them for $600.
But I mean, they'd been in a crash. They were damaged.
And then he had to buy like 20 of them.
No,
and
he only had 2.
2.
Yeah. He had took a lot of the blades out. A lot of the blades were bent.
Okay.
The ones he couldn't straighten, he'd cut one off and he'd cut it off. You know, if there was an even number of blades, 180 degrees apart. If it wasn't, you know, it was an odd number, he'd go in thirds.
What's the most dangerous thing about a turbine? Is
Nothing.
starting it?
Dangerous?
Dangerous, like,
Or for
could
as
you
far as
explode
hurting
one trying to start
to
it?
start it? No.
So
you
they're
got
relatively-
to try really hard to explode one.
Yeah. Would it be RPM'd out? Is that what, or
Right.
lean it out? Is that a problem with
lean.
these?
There is no such thing as lean on a jet engine. If you give it If it's lean, it goes slower. You
Okay.
get more fuel, it goes faster.
So it's all the fuel.
Yeah.
Sort of like a diesel.
Yeah.
And this must be the starter up here then?
That's where the starter would go, yep. This
It's
is
like
the
a big electric motor.
Yep. Well, it is electric start. Afterburner fuel pump. That's the the brain node. That's the fuel control system. That cools the oil.
But how would he know what goes where?
It was there. So
But even just looking at this, like,
you figure it out.
it's unreal. And what are all these here?
Inlet guide vanes. They change pitch like a variable pitch propeller.
Yeah.
So that the engine will have a stall. If you're trying to pump too much air through it too fast, it can't get there. So what's called a compressor stall, everything bounces forward because it can't push the air out. It makes a loud racket and it can destroy shit. Well, to get past that compressor stall or surge area, these are almost like a choke.
Okay.
So once you get to idle, when you get to around 80% power, then these things start to open up and it starts letting more air in.
It's so many moving parts.
Oh yeah, and those have to be timed pretty well.
And they have to be perfect.
Yeah,
Like
but
any
this thing tells them when to do it. It's got a feedback to it. This little cable here is telling the fuel control where these are at.
So this whole ring will move, which
Yeah, if you look
moves
at the other
this.
side, there's a hydraulic cylinder. This hydraulic
wow.
cylinder runs that ram.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, and then they're all tied into each
Yep.
ring, and each ring would move.
Yep.
Is there a problem with like dirt getting in here? And like,
Oh yeah, you got to keep them fairly clean.
well, how would the pullers do it? Do they have this thing on the same on the puller?
On the T64s you do. Like the T53s and the T55s don't, but the T58s and the T64s do. But you can pressure wash this stuff. It's no big deal.
It's all stainless.
Yep.
Or aluminum.
Aluminum, stainless, titanium.
Would it be like with the tractor pullers, the amount of dirt that's going thrown all over the place? If
know what?
one of these got locked up, does it lock up the whole thing, or is it strong enough to where
It would break the
you would
band.
bend one?
Right, you'd bend that or you'd break the band. Or that little pin would get snapped off.
So there's like a shear point or something like that to where the engine will still
But
work.
if you look, it can't go too far because it's just a small slot back there.
Yeah, it's almost extended out this
Right.
way, right? Then you can only go the other way.
But that really doesn't happen.
It would take a lot of dirt to get in there.
And if by the time you got that much dirt, you've ate more dirt through the intake, the engine's probably screwed anyway.
And that's the worst part of it.
Yes.
Getting
Where's the
dirt
engine out?
in the intake. Was there a problem on the salt flats with salt getting in there?
No, not at all.
Not coming up off the tires or anything? No, he made every body panel,
Oh yeah.
the structure, the frame, everything.
Yeah, back in '61, there weren't any race shops.
What was his job?
Feed mill.
Okay, so he had a full-time job at a feed mill,
Yep.
and then I guess at nights would come over to the shop here and work, and
Yep.
so he's like all these other guys, just 24/7 work.
And then pretty soon started making more money doing this than with the feed mill, and that was him and his brother.
Oh, really?
And they just decided to close the feed mill. They were working together up there. So when they split up, they split the property, and he built the next shop here.
Okay, so you got another shop over there.
You know, my dad, yeah, they built, this shop wasn't built until '79.
Okay,
The other shop's the one that was built in '59 or '60.
the one he did all
when
the
they
work
split
in.
up. Yep.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, there's the Johnny Lightning jet car. It was still a sponsor at the time we had this done.
And I guess this stuff, since they use it on planes, it has to be fairly reliable, and it
Oh,
doesn't.
yeah.
You know, the
These
amount of
engines are
hours
still
they
being used today.
yeah, the amount of hours they use a jet, it's just they fuel it and go, right?
Well, now they do. You gotta remember, the first airliners, their time before overhaul was like 150 hours. That was it. Materials have come a long ways. The engines are almost the same, but you can get better materials and run the engine hotter, which makes it more fuel efficient. So the hotter you run it, the better it is.
What kind of heat are you talking?
Oh, God. Okay. Like a diesel engine, believe it or not, on a, not this engine, but an airliner, this is 17-stage compressor. So back here, they're almost 40 to 1 now.
Okay.
So it is actually hotter here than it is on the exhaust.
Oh wow.
Yeah. If you had if you could look inside an airline engine, this part here is probably glowing red when the engine's running. That's how hot the compressor gets. I mean, it's higher compression in a diesel motor.
And it runs like a diesel too, right?
Yeah.
There's no spark plugs. There's no.
You got a spark plug right here to get it started. Once you got it lit, then you turn the ignition off.
That's the whole plug to get it lit.
Yep. Should be one on each side. Depends on the model.
Where would? What are these like?
Fuel tanks, one on each
20
side.
gallons.
I'd say it's probably about 20 gallons.
And how much would it use when he was trying to do the records? All of it?
Well, I said he didn't have enough fuel.
Oh,
He asked.
oh, he actually ran out. I thought he
Yeah.
was like not getting enough, like he was lean.
No,
or
that was on the
something.
drag strip. When he was at Bonneville, it had the smaller engine. It wasn't pulling as much air.
Okay.
And he still didn't have enough fuel. And he wanted to put a 55-gallon drum on top, and they wouldn't let him.
Probably all stick welded, right?
Yep.
Where would you get bearings that would last up to 400 miles an hour?
Obviously, we didn't.
And for the one, yeah. Or 500. He was 576, right?
Yep.
That was.
And that's something, they always thought it was because of oil. Anything that goes that fast anymore, they don't use roller bearings. Everything is on ball bearings. And what happens is the roller bearings at a certain RPM, they start to skid, and they think that's what happened. I've read a
Okay.
book on it.
And a ball bearing is good for.
A ball bearing will just keep on going.
It will.
Yep.
What's the RPM on these then?
This engine's only about 8,000 RPM.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's always, the blade tips are always almost supersonic, so it's always dependent on the diameter of the engine. Like the bar stool
Yeah.
is 40,000 RPM.
And you got a bearing that'll take that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is that's a roller bearing then?
No, it's a ball bearing.
Oh, ball bearing, yeah. I didn't realize ball bearings would go.
Yeah. Probably.
I think about a turbo, right? They're what, 100,000?
Easy.
And their bearings can only be like
I know.
that big around. That's crazy.
And they're making oilless turbochargers now, where you just pack them with oil. You ever seen those?
Usually you run a feed line to it.
No, there's the ones you don't have nothing. You just pack the bearing. Their loop kits are
It's
so
like
good.
a wheel bearing.
Yeah. You just rebuild it every once in a while. Not very often, but not very.
See, as a kid, like when I get thinking about that stuff, like how fast that stuff is turning, or even when I'm hauling my trailer down the road, right? I just repack the bearings in it.
Yep.
And you think of how fast you're going, and then you look over going down the road, and that little trailer
yeah.
next to me, like spinning like crazy. Like, how is that staying cool enough? Like, it just.
Well, a lot of the early jets had sleeve bearings, like deck cutaway. That had sleeve
Yeah. Oh,
bearings.
let's go look at that. That would help out a lot. Oh, this is unreal here. Why the half wheel all the time? For like planes and everything.
Yeah, well, you had to get in the car too. To get in, you had to turn this thing sideways to get your legs in there.
Oh, okay.
A lot of airplane stuff. That's airplane throttle control.
How many chutes were on it?
2.
I mean, what were these rated for?
Firestone would test them for him. He had some that were tested to 300 mile an hour. They were like IndyCar tires.
Really?
But the weight is what they had to walk. His car's so heavy.
What's it weigh?
This car probably weighs about 5,000.
Okay. And this is 60 what?
61 it was built.
So you got 61 tire technology.
Well, when it was first built and it was running the drag strip, they only had to go 200 mile an hour back then. It was not until he went to Bonneville when he had to get the better tires, or when we went to this engine.
Did he ever run solid tires?
No.
Is that something you would do now or not because of the speeds?
I don't
like,
think you could, because the weight of it would throw it apart.
what do they use for like these
Aluminum wheels.
700 just aluminum, no tire, no
Yeah.
rubber?
Noble, the last 2 cars were aluminum wheels.
They
The
have-
Blue Flame was the last car to set a record on tires.
Oh, that triple.
No,
It's
the
like
rocket.
a torpedo
Yep.
with 2 big wheels on the outside and like
Yep.
a needle, kind of like this, but yeah, kind of
Yeah,
like
very
this.
similar to that. Yeah.
I think that's in the Smithsonian, isn't it?
No, it's in Germany.
Because we saw at the Smithsonian.
You saw the Budweiser
The
rocket.
Budweiser. Okay.
Ross jet engine. This would have been one of the ones that used sleeve bearings, just like a V8.
So the bands we were looking at over there would have been right here.
That's these things. It's the stationary one. Yeah, they moved the stationary ones.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep. Just like a choke.
Yeah, since these are welded, they're not going to move.
Right.
Can you walk us through how a turbine works?
Yep. Air comes in here. Now, when you first start, you obviously have to have an electric motor. An electric motor would be geared into the gearbox where your fuel pump and oil pump are located. So you start turning it over electric motor, sucks air in here. Right here is where the fuel nozzles are. And those are they're actually, the early engines, these are like furnace nozzles.
Is there like a pinhole right there?
Yeah, a little pinhole needle, and they're all the way around the circumference.
Okay.
Right there, that's the manifold where the nozzles are located.
So you're spraying.
You spray fuel in here. Now, only 30% of the air that you're sucking in the engine is actually going to be burned. The rest is going to be for cooling.
Okay.
Because it would melt everything there is if you didn't put clean air with it.
Makes sense.
So you're burning the air here, and the clean air is always mixing in here to keep the walls cool and the outside cool. The gas is burned, it expands, comes across this turbine wheel, which drives the compressor. Takes 2/3 of the amount of energy produced by this engine just to keep the compressor running.
Wow.
And then the third that's left is either thrust, or if you put another turbine wheel here, like on a tractor pull, it would drive the rear wheels. And that's the only difference between a jet engine and a turbine is one's thrusting, the other one is just taking that thrust and turning it into kinetic energy.
As a kid, I'd be in the stands watching your dad or any of the jet guys, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's thrust.
Yeah.
How is that power in those rear wheels? No one ever explained to me.
Yeah.
The drive shaft going to the back,
fans,
you know?
blowing another fan against another one.
Yeah, but they never explained the drive shaft
Right.
coming out of it. So like once
That's why you don't. That's why you don't need a clutch. Everybody goes, well, how do you use a clutch? You don't need a clutch because it's an air coupling. There's no direct connection between that turbine wheel that's driving the wheels and the engine itself. It's totally independent.
Really?
Yep.
So that's what I've heard when you're pulling with one of these, you can't back off the throttle and then back on to set the tires. It'll be like too much lag.
Depends on the engine. My funny car, you could do that. The T58 had the variable guide vanes,
okay,
and you could wrap the throttle.
Whereas this doesn't.
Yeah, the ones that didn't have that, they were slower to respond.
So what I've heard was it's either all or nothing.
Most of them were, yeah.
Like once you go, you got to commit, and if something goes bad, you just get out, right?
You know, it won't hurt the engine. It just takes time to recover.
What makes so when the fuel's spraying in here, what ignites it?
A single igniter. I don't know. Right here's igniter. And all you do is once it's lit, once you get the fire going, the ignition's off. It's continuous.
Really?
Yeah. There's no intermittent. It's burning all the time, just like a torpedo heater.
Yeah, like I have in my garage.
Yep.
I mean, something like, what is gallons? How much does it burn?
Most engines are around 1 pound per horsepower per hour.
1 pound per horsepower. Okay. Woof.
Yeah, a lot.
So it's not efficient, really, but
when you're really laying into it, it's not bad. Turbines are famous for like idle or low power settings. They're gas hogs. They get pretty efficient once they're up to power.
Really. And this doesn't even look like it has a bearing in it.
No, it's a sleeve bearing, just like a car. And these are the thrust bearings. It's just running on oil.
Yeah, it's like a main bearing then,
Yep.
in a crank. And it's got a constant oil feed going to it.
Yeah, it feeds oil in, scavenges it back out, runs it through a cooler, and does it again.
So I don't understand where's the compression happen?
Right here. You're starting a big area, and it keeps compressing it down the.
Oh, so these are okay. So get smaller.
And if you look at the area of the inlet, and then look how tall this last wheel is, that shows you how much being compressed. This is an early engine, so it wasn't that much compression, probably about 4 to 1.
Oh, I never noticed that. So each stage you're pushing more, and then more, and then more, and then more, and when you get to here,
That's it.
this air is like, how much pressure would be in here then?
On this engine, it'd be 4 to 1, so you're looking at about 76, 77 pounds per square inch. And then as it's coming in here, your pressure is reducing, but you're adding fuel. You're burning the fuel, so as your pressure is reducing, you're actually increasing the amount of fuel, gas. So the pressure stays pretty constant.
Back here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. You just slide those in and out.
Yeah,
if
same
you
way
need
with the
to,
compressor blades. You can replace each individual blade.
Are they staked in there, or
Yes.
how would you get that out if you need to replace one? Drill it, or
This particular one, I'll tell you exactly how I do it. This is the same as the J34. Okay, see how you would slide this in and out? If you had this blade all the way out, it's not going to be flat. There's going to be a little indentation in the middle. There's a pin that comes out. So you take this like a punch, nail it, you break that pin off. Take the blade out, then you put a new pin in it, spring loaded. You hold the pin down, push the blade in, let the pin go, and then slide it over and it snaps in. That's how they kept these. Other engines might have 2 plates they would use.
on the side?
Yep. Each company had different ideas, but that's how Westinghouse did it.
Which makes a lot of sense, because if you didn't have that and you break one, you're replacing the whole wheel.
Right.
No,
most of the
no way
engine.
you're going to do that. So if one of these, do these ever break?
They'll melt. They usually don't.
They'll
break.
melt.
Oh, I mean, if you, yeah.
And then did it throw the whole balance of the engine off?
Engine quits running. If they start going away, once you start losing the tips of them, it loses a lot of power.
And it would be the same all the way around. You're not going to lose half of one. Or,
Yeah, it's possible.
Really?
It's metal fatigue.
oh,
Yep.
okay, so you got a starter over here.
Starter's actually here. That's the generator.
Oh, generator. Okay.
That's the starter.
When did
this
this
is the oil
technology
coolant.
come out?
Oh, this engine was approved the day after Pearl Harbor.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So they were using all
We never got any-
Allisons or
Yeah, we never got any jets flying in the war. Only the Germans had, and the jets had jet engines flying in the war, but we were building them. We were a little bit behind. Most of our jet engine technology came from Germany after the war.
from those V1 and V2 rockets?
No, they're engineers and what's the word I'm looking for? God, what am I working? It was called Operation Paperclip. Us and the Russians split them. And all their engineers and all their smart people came over. They went to jet engine places, and obviously they went to NASA.
NASA.
Werner von Braun was one of theirs.
So you're talking
The T-53,
middle 40s then?
like
probably
mid to late
late 40s.
The T-53 over here was designed by a guy named von O'Hane,
Okay.
who helped design the Germans' first jet fighter engines.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The German scientists were smart.
We used to live near Aberdeen Proving Grounds in Maryland, where they test the tanks and all that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you drive in there, they have a V1 and a V2 that the Germans had, and they have Tigers and Russian tanks.
You
And,
got a V1 engine next door.
do you really?
Those things are nasty.
This is so cool. You're gonna have it. When are you gonna have this open? Do you think?
I don't know. It's a work in progress.
Just whenever.
That's the engine that's in this car. Now get this. This was 40s. This engine made 1,200 pounds of thrust. See the size of it? Mm-hmm. This is a 60s engine. This engine made 6,000 pounds of thrust.
Wow.
Yeah.
How would they do that? More compressor.
Higher
whip?
compression and higher temperatures, better materials.
Well, you'd have to be to hold that kind of pressure in there then, right?
Yeah, this engine's about 110 pounds per square inch, and that's about 8 to 1. And like I was telling you, the latest airliner engines, they're 40 to 1. It's just ungodly. That's why this turbine wheel that sees all the heat would not withstand the compressor temperature of the newer engines. That's how amazing they are.
What are they using for like metal in that wheel then now?
Hastelloy, Inconel.
What's that? I don't even know. Like
Materials they've made. And I mean, it's called, they line up the atoms in the turbine blades to make them stronger. I mean, it's amazing.
wow.
It's almost like they grow the turbine wheels. And I'm not smart enough to know exactly how they do it, but I mean, it's laid out by atoms. It's amazing.
Here you are getting into NASA stuff now, huh?
That's a little rocket engine test stand.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna have right here's I'm gonna have for kids and stuff. We're gonna have different things. That's a little model jet engine we're gonna run.
I've seen these at the hobby show.
Yeah, and we're gonna also run for them what you were just talking about. A Model V1 engine is gonna go on this stand.
Oh, this is like what the guy has on his like bicycle and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we're building a little pulse jet engine stand.
Pulse jet, yeah. No, is that just hollow inside or what's in there?
Yeah, I can show you one over here. That's just a dummy one. I love pulse jets growing up. That was my favorite thing. I might need my stuff. Where it is here. Now let me know. Oh, here, I can reach it. This is my better pulse jet engine. And the tube is empty, and this is what it looks like. This is the working part of a pulse jet. That's the little reed valves.
Oh, okay. Like a
So
one-way valve.
yeah, this is everything for a pulse jet. It's an empty pipe behind that.
Yeah.
But the pipe's tuned because what happens is once it explodes, you pump air in there, it goes bang. After it goes bang, forces exhaust out, pressure drops. So when the pressure drops, these little valves open up again.
Sucking that fuel.
There's fuel coming, so once the fuel gets back to where the end of the fire was, it bangs again. And it does that about, depending on the size of the engine, 20 to 60 times a second.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That much?
Yep. And that's all
It's all
pulse jet.
mechanical.
Yeah.
There's no electronics, no nothing.
Nothing.
And from what I've seen of those things, those pipes, I mean, they're
They turn
glowing red.
incandescent right now.
It's crazy. Who did the paint work for when your dad was?
This was Greg of Akron did these. We had two different guys. Greg of Akron was probably the most famous painter in drag racing at the time. There was another guy named Rugg. His actual name was Paul Schmidt. He did some of the tractor fenders.
Okay. When you put murals on them and all that kind of thing.
He did everything. Yeah.
That's an art in itself, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Grego, he would do a pinstripe down the side of the car freehand, and it was absolutely.
I've seen those guys.
Yeah.
It's
That was amazing.
disgusting.
Yeah.
They'll sit there and they'll do like.
And this, he would burn settling. And, you know, settling gets real, and he spray clear over it. That's how he got the smoke effect.
Yeah, you just get it really rich and.
Yep.
But then you got all the black crap flying all over the shop.
Oh yeah. Well, he died. Well, you can see his name right there. Painting letters by Greg. Guy never even had last night. Everybody knew him as Greg of Akron.
This is like way more than I thought you guys were going to have. This is awesome.
And then this is the car he built in '89 to go back up. There was actually a motorcycle when we first built it, and that didn't work real well. So then we moved the tire back there to the front. So there's actually two wheels in the front, and then put the outriggers on. So it was four-wheeled.
How long would it take them to make something like this?
Dusty, what was it, about 3 years off and on building this? About 3 years?
I don't know.
2 to 3 years.
Well, we built the plant in '84. It started shortly after that. So yeah.
So I'd imagine these were like what you were saying.
Yes, they're tied to the front
tied to the suspension. The more, and then these were like what you were saying, full
They were
deflect.
all the way down. They were maxed off.
What kind of tools did he have to do all the metal work?
That's not metal. That's carbon fiber. We had a guy build the
Carbon.
for it. Yeah. Thought he was built for it.
And this is what year?
I'm sorry, Kevlar. That was Kevlar.
91.
Yeah.
Said. Did he get into carbon?
No, I missed it. It was.
No, I mean, did you?
No. This was as exotic as we got.
But this is still like almost. Is it like a fabric?
Yeah, you can see it. It's just like almost like
Fiberglass. Yeah.
but it's a lot stronger. And the car was very strong. When you can tell that there's not much frame. The frame was only 1 inch. The body was the strength of it.
1 inch tubing. That's like what I built for my go-kart.
Yep. Well, he crashed. He was like 20 feet in the air when this thing flew. But one time it came down and just slid along. There was not much body damage at all.
He crashed twice.
Once in this car.
What? Was it? How bad did he get injured?
No.
Nothing.
No.
There's the twin, and there's the engine.
Yep.
Said that it's the twin and 27, all in one picture.
That's yours or
That's
his?
not
No,
right
that's
after. That's not
Dad's.
right after we built the twin. The twin's
No.
been around a while
Yeah.
because it's got a turbine.
So yeah,
They've been around.
but that's the start of that car, is the engine hanging over
Oh.
the tractor.
Pulling it out, putting it in something else.
No, just storing it. We would move stuff around. This is when we're putting an engine in that tractor.
We worked on
Hey.
that more than anything.
Oh my! No, we worked on the bus more than that.
No, the tractor was worse than the bus.
Yeah, but you didn't get caught. You didn't have to be underneath there ever. The engine changes. I was in there getting an asshole blown. Who always had the tough stuff?
Well, I got the little jobs too. I was stuck in Canada and waiting for parts so I could get home in the bus.
This is where the rivalry comes in, the brother-sister thing.
I was the favorite child.
Well, you weren't left at a restaurant as collateral.
That wasn't Dad.
EJ Potter left me at a restaurant as collateral.
I heard that name the other day.
Oh.
EJ Potter.
He was a great.
Oh my God, so much.
He was so cheap. We were in Canada. Me and him went out to lunch because I was only like, I don't know, 17, 18. So me and him go to lunch, and we're sitting there, and he gives the guy a $20 bill for lunch. And the guy starts to give him exchange. He goes, well, what about the exchange rate? He goes, we don't give exchange. He goes, well, it's like 20%. Guy goes, you want exchange, you go up to the bank. EJ's going to go, no, you're not leaving until you pay for it. He goes, looked at me, goes, I'm going to leave this kid here as collateral.
And that was you.
Yeah. Wow. You never heard of EJ Potter?
Like the name sounds familiar,
Michigan
but
madman. He had the 327 sideways on a motorcycle.
somebody. And then it had like no clutch on it, so to get it going,
put it on
he
a
would
jack
just
stand.
boom.
Yes. And then he was a
Direct
tractor
drive.
puller. Ugly and double ugly. He had the ugliest tractor. There was an Allison and then one
Rusty
with
Nest.
2 Allisons. Or W24.
It's pretty rare. I don't have like a name like
He was like Dad. I mean, they were both the same.
from around here,
He was from Ithaca, Michigan.
Michigan. Well, I got some more research to do, I guess.
Won Indy Super Bowl twice on 24.5.
No way, really?
Won the 7 modified 2 years in a row on skinny tires. he drew the first hook 2 years in a row.
What year was that about?
75 and 76.
Because I've got some of the early '70s Indy Supers.
You'll notice he's got a big umbrella over him. You'll
Oh,
know
I
the
definitely
Allison.
haven't seen that then.
And it's got a tricycle front end. I mean, it was
Really?
yeah, ugly. He didn't even paint the stuff.
What do we got here?
That's his last Allison car, number 11. This is the one that NHRA eventually threw out.
Hang on.
He set top speed at the Nationals, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. And then they kicked him out.
So can you give me a quick rundown of your dad's years, like what he did, like what year was he born? Just a quick
24?
What?
What year was Dad born?
26.
26.
26, and then when did he start?
Got into the Navy at 17. He was in the Navy, came back. They worked at the mill. from the 40s through until the early 50s, and they were avid flyers. They actually used to land airplanes down here at the school, taxi them up, and work on them right here.
Oh,
There's a
really?
picture next door of it going up Pickle Road.
Oh, wow.
So they'd work on the airplanes, sell them, fix them up, do whatever. Went back out to the airport one day, and they thought there was an airplane crash. There was a huge crowd, and they went to see what was going on. It was the first drag race they'd ever seen.
Oh.
And they were hooked at that point. So at that point, would have been around 53.
Okay.
They built their first dragster, which was Buick in it.
So he started drag racing.
Yep. And then they drag raced forever. He had a terrible accident in Texas in the 70s. He got out of drag racing, and a friend of his took him to a tractor pull, and it was something he thought he'd enjoy doing.
Did your mom want him to get out of the land speed because of speed or anything? Or
Yeah.
if I bring up a question that's like bad, just say,
It's funny.
No.
you know,
No, she.
because I don't know everybody's history, you know, and
It was the car was. It finally started to look like a car by the time Mom figured out what he was working on.
oh really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he kind of had to like hide it a little bit, and like,
we weren't allowed to talk about it.
See this little electric motor here?
yeah.
It was a generator. When they outlawed this car, if you ever watch old drag racing, people used to smoke the tires quarter mile.
Yeah, right.
The whole idea was
Yeah,
get it
sitting
going.
back behind the wheels and
Right.
everything.
Well, this was connected to a tugboat clutch, and there was also a generator in front. It was an electronic slippage control. He
Oh.
knew that if you didn't smoke the tires, it was a better way to go. That was in 59. It was until the 70s they figured it out.
He had his own traction control.
That car would have been... He ran against Garlitz down in Garlitz's home track on a cement track. He ran 192 in 59 when the record was like 180.
And a quarter.
Yep. This was the mill, actually, when it was still the mill. This was just up the street here a little ways.
Oh man, look at that. Big Allison sitting back there.
Yep. This car actually had a Allison, and then when they first built it, that was a Rolls Royce when it started.
Oh really? And those are bigger, aren't they?
A little bit, yep. But it ran better with the Allison. That was his favorite car.
So when were you guys born?
I was born in 55 and she was born in 65.
Okay, so you're not even around for this yet, right?
That would have been around for 11.
That small.
I used to even have a little jacket that had my name on it for number 11, but I don't have that anymore. It says Dusty on it.
I was gonna say it's over there in the office. I think.
I know where it's at.
They always wanted a little girl, so.
Yeah, the Allison drove all the way back to here. It's like
Oh,
one
I'm trying to
transfer case,
figure out how
and
this
then it went
works.
back
It's
to the
like-
rear end.
wait a
Here's
minute.
the drive shaft. That goes all the way forward to the engine.
Yeah,
So the
'cause I'm
end of
looking
the
at
engine would be right about here.
Yeah.
That was to get more weight back.
I'm looking at it going this way, coming in. What's coming out here? But no, that's not.
This is a tank clutch, and then at one point he had also ran a torque converter here. But in this iteration, there was no torque converter.
What's the rear out of?
2.5 ton truck, I think.
Yeah.
We're still trying to figure all that out. They were cut out for brakes and stuff. I'm still trying to figure all that out.
That's so cool. Do you know why he wouldn't have just put this over here and ran the Allison? Was it
It would have made it way too long. He was trying to get the weight back there
get weight back here?
over the rear wheels. So he got everything closer. If you put all this and you'd be here before you got to here. So the wheelbase would have been another 4 foot long.
Did he want shorter wheelbase?
Yeah, we got everything short. That thing's only 120 some inches. That's shorter than a funny car today.
Is that for speed? Like what?
Fit in the bus. He had to hold
A
it.
fit in a bus?
Oh, really?
That's the whole reason for
Oh, yeah.
wheelbase?
That's why the Land Speed car was so short and had small tires on it.
No way.
That's you got to get it there.
Wow.
That's what you can build on your salt diorama as a hauler for it too.
The bus?
Yeah.
In your spare time when you got,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what everybody tells me.
Hey, at least you still have the stuff. That's the main
I had to
thing.
buy some of that.
That's okay though, right?
Yeah.
I know Rock's going to 2 months, so you and the son. See you later.
I don't get down here that much anymore because I started golfing. I'm a golfer now.
I was just like, I see them all on our calendar.
We got a test stand here.
Yep. Just to test the engine.
Oh, I mean, it's, you know.
I bought this.
Oh, this is for the track dryers, right?
Well, this is actually built for a school. I bought this at an auction. The guy had this engine. I'd sold him the engine, hooked up to a dynamometer,
Oh, okay.
and he had all sorts of electronics. So it would go to an engineering school so they could figure out how a gas turbine works. He had all sorts of thermocouples on it, checking temperature, exhaust temperature. He had intake temperature here, pressure, exhaust temperature, before the turbine wheel and after the turbine wheel temperatures he could pull. So it was all sorts of stuff on it.
Did you guys build this too?
No, he built all this and then he died, so I bought it in an auction lot. He was up in Cleveland. So I'm just using this to get the engine running and then we'll go to the scrapyard.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Somebody wouldn't want this for their test engine stand?
No.
Or even just a steel?
That poor guy,
I bet somebody would want this for like just run their engine start room. You know?
call me.
Oh, we'll have it on there if you're gonna sell this whole stand.
Yeah. Without the engine, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, this engine will get tested, that one, and I got one more coming from Colorado. And after the third engine's tested, I'm done with these engines.
Is that like a good feeling or like, just been doing it so long or?
I'm done. Like I said, I like to golf. That's what I do now.
Are you still in the area here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I live here 5 months and Florida 7.
Perfect.
Yep.
So we caught you at a good time.
Oh yeah, we came.
Literally, he just.
I've
got
been back and forth 3 times. Came home for Mother's Day, so we got on an airplane, went back to Florida for 5 days. Came back, we're here for like 3 or 4 days. There's another bad weekend coming, so we flew back again.
So you don't drive it then?
We drove her car home this time. We usually drive down the first time.
That's a long drive. Well, not, maybe not from here.
It was a tractor pulley. We drove forever.
True. I can think about that too. When we're taking these rides and like we're going to your place, I'm like, how many times you guys had to go up and down this road, and then, you know.
We do the West Coast. You didn't do as much. I do the West Coast
just
2
a
and 3 times a year.
Yeah.
One year, first show, San Diego. Second weekend, Boston.
Yeah.
And I'm in a
They did
school
that to
bus
us
that went
once.
55 mile an hour
And then,
in winter.
and then they say, "Can you be there early for press?"
Yeah.
We went down to where our first show was in Cincinnati, and I forget, we were going to be somewhere on the East Coast. And while we're in Cincinnati, they said, "No, we need you in Anaheim." So we went to Anaheim, and then we were back in Worcester, I think. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, all the way up.
Yeah. There was no circuiting.
And one day you went to the wrong place.
No, we went where he told us
I
to
know.
go.
Have you seen the video of you and your dad in the motorhome?
Yeah.
Yeah. You seen that?
Yep.
There's so much
Going
out
up to
there.
Pontiac.
Yeah.
What's it like? Pack a suitcase. We're going to go on the road with the Green Monster and Art Arfons. It's time to hit the road. A quick kiss from wife June signals the beginning of another journey. This time, it's Detroit's Pontiac Silverdome. Life on the road with Art Arfons is a story of long hours and lonely highways. 60 to 80 times a year, Arfons sits behind the wheel of his big tractor trailer and heads off to do battle. His constant companion is daughter Dusty, who always performs at the same show as her dad. And joining the Arfons for this trip is Dusty's good friend, Gino Wachter. And for the next 6 hours, the 3 travelers will make themselves at home in this converted rig, adding even more miles to the nearly 70,000 they ride each year. Like everything else he owns, Arfons built this motorhome from scratch, ingeniously converting parts and pieces from an old school bus and freight trailer. But the comforts of home don't replace the thoughts of competition. And with the Silverdome just a couple of miles away, it's time to prepare for what lies ahead.
There's a lot on your dad on video.
That's the nice thing.
Yeah. And you
Well,
can
you want
watch
to see
it.
the shop where?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got it junked up, but
Oh boy.
Try to get another battery here. Yeah, we're good.
well, you can show them the Sunbeam too, Tim.
Oh, there. Is it a door open?
Yeah, it is.
This is a 65 Sunbeam Tiger that they gave him for setting the land speed record. He did
Oh, really?
endorsement for him, yeah. There's your V1 engine. The reed valves are upstairs. This was his car. My mom drove it, he drove it.
A Sunbeam. It looks like a Triumph.
It's similar.
Yeah, same company or
No.
you guys drive it?
Nope. I took my driver's test in it. And I was
Oh, did you really? Wow. What year did he get this?
65 when he set the record.
Wow. That's in great shape.
He restored it back in, I don't know what, 90s?
Early 90s probably.
It was because he
Yeah.
didn't. That's the year I got that vet, so it would have been 06 or 05.
Oh, okay. I thought the airplane. I thought this was before the airplane. I was pregnant when he redid the airplane.
All kinds of parts all over.
Oh, you should have seen this place a couple of years
Are these
ago.
relays?
Yeah. You want some? There was a little generator set. They had a turbine engine. I used to pull the turbine engine out, and there was a bunch of relays, so I just say,
What are you gonna do with them?
I don't know.
I'll
I
take
got
one to
one.
make like a little, kind of like what you did with the
Take
bearing.
a couple if you want them.
Heck yeah, I want one. Have
Take a nice one.
Have an Art
Take a pretty
Arfons.
one.
Actually,
No, it's
but that's cool too.
Whatever.
All right, I like that.
Hey, he's a kid in a candy store, so like you're willing to like.
I got an eBay store that I put some stuff on, but I haven't got to that stuff.
I do too. That's what I do for.
Are these generators or starters?
I sell stuff online.
Well, the top one's a generator, the rest are starters.
Man, they're big.
Yep.
What volt?
24 volt.
24.
Yeah. E.J. Potter had 4 of these in a little foreign car.
Oh, to power it?
Yeah. He had an Allison on the starting line.
Yeah.
And Allison was driving a big generator, it's a gigantic trailer. He put 2x4s the length of the drag strip, and they had metal stripping on them. It was a giant sled car. He went 160 in a giant sled car.
It's almost like a train, like a locomotive.
Yeah.
Where they use the diesel to power
But
the.
it was just like a sled car. It was amazing.
I gotta look this guy up.
E.J.
More and
Potter,
more.
there's a lot on
There's a
him.
book. He's got a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still around or?
No, he died.
Yeah.
He had got dementia.
Yeah.
Him and Dad were best friends.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's one question I have. Like, who are you guys' best friends when you're doing all this? Like those years where you hang out with the most?
Oh, you know what you didn't mention was Bill Leshner.
Yeah. Well, he's still pulling like crazy.
Yeah.
He's.
Yeah. He was. Leshner and Jasky were. Who? Yeah.
I would probably say Jan Smeising and Milt.
Oh, really?
We were always traveling together.
Okay.
I traveled a lot with Russell Pearson, but that was more.
And Milt.
Mm-hmm.
I said Milt and Jan.
Oh, well, I was
Yeah.
thinking on
I'd
Dad's
say
end.
Milt and Jan.
Yeah.
Hollingsworth and I were pretty good friends.
Well, you see a lot of the people, same people every weekend too, right? And
Right.
you're
Yeah.
doing that, and yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be easier if you asked me who I didn't like.
But that,
Cut.
You ain't got enough tape.
Stir the pot. Stir the pot.
This is awesome.
Oh, this isn't anything compared to what we used to have.
Really?
No. I mean, Dad's stuff we don't get rid of, but that's just some miscellaneous stuff I have on eBay.
Wheels, yeah.
That's the independent turbine wheel out of the Enterprise. That would have been the wheel that drove the tires.
And they're curved really
Oh, yeah.
aggressively on the end. Huh? So, when these guys, the announcers, are saying, you know, here comes Art, and they would talk about afterburners. Is there an afterburner
On a pulling tractor? No, it's
Yeah.
a fire show.
Yeah, it's
An afterburner actually does something. These were,
yeah.
these were for show.
But that engine could have one, but they're not gonna, obviously going to use it
Well,
indoors. For
Whatever
pulling,
you
right?
would do with the afterburner, you're taking away from the power. You can't have both. You can
How does that work? How does an afterburner work?
Okay. Remember I told you? It's only burning 30% of the air that's coming in. Stay with the jet. There's no turbine. You got 70% clean air coming through. All they do is add more fuel. There's what's called a flame holder to keep the fire in a certain position. They burn the rest of the 70%. It almost doubles the power.
Really?
Yep.
What is it? Double the heat then too?
Doubles. Oh yeah, everything.
Everything?
Goes up. Fuel goes up exponentially. You're doubling the power, and you're over doubling the amount of fuel you're using.
Over doubling.
It's totally not very fuel. They used to always complain, oh, the jet engine, they're putting thousands of pounds. It didn't. We did
Oh,
a
for
test.
pressure down?
We did
Yeah.
a test with the Little
sales.
American. They were making more thrust with a 427 Ford than the turbine was.
Really?
So
Oh, that's
that all stopped at that point.
Okay, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, that was one of their biggest. That and
Yeah, because see the guy with the 4 turbines, they're probably like, oh, come on, the amount of, like, you know, down pressure coming
Right.
out of that.
and they always said the turbine was going to blow up and kill everybody. So never did.